Accessibility is always important when developing training content, whether a job aid, quick reference guide, or even a user guide. This video will help you make images in Microsoft Word and PDF documents more accessible by showing you how to put alt text into images. Alt text is a description of what's in an image or shape that can be read by screen readers. That means the text in images will get read aloud or even turned into Braille with hardware. Before we get started with the steps to add alt text in Word, there are some things you should know. First, alt text isn't the only thing to consider to create more accessible documents. It's one of the easiest, though. Second, these instructions also apply to other Microsoft Office applications such as PowerPoint and even Excel. Lastly, when you publish a Word document to a PDF, alt text will publish with it, making your PDF document accessible also. Let's get started making your Word document more accessible. The most difficult part of adding alt text is thinking of what to write about an image. You want to be descriptive and helpful without too much information. In Word, right-click on an image and then click View Alt Text. That opens this box to the right of your document. There are also some tips for how to write great alt text. Sometimes one sentence will suffice, whereas other times you'll need several sentences. Instead of saying a man watering plants for this image, you might want to go into more detail. A man with a beard watering a plant in a lush garden full of various tropical plants is a much better description that makes the image come alive more. There's one caveat to alt text though. It's not there to describe pictures or shapes that have no purpose in the document. If an image or shape isn't needed to make sense of the content, don't write alt text. Also, you can either mark it as decorative or just leave it blank. They both have the same effect on screen readers. That means screen readers will skip the image entirely. You can also try using the automatic alt text generation tool, but we don't recommend it. It generally creates very poor descriptions, such as a man holding a bucket. That's not helpful or accurate. That's all you need to do. Once your alt text is typed in, it's also saved as long as your document is saved, and you can move to the next image by clicking on it. Even shapes and other elements in Word lets you put in alt text. A good way to check if you've included alt text for all items is the Word Accessibility Checker. You can access that from the Review tab on the ribbon. Just click on the Check Accessibility button. Now you can see the results over here. You can see my arrow isn't fully accessible because it's not in line. That isn't practical sometimes for all documents. Ideally, all items will be in line, but sometimes they can't be, so you have to accept your document isn't fully accessible. Even if you left the alt text blank for decorative images, that's okay. It will show up as an error here, but it's still accessible. Items with blank alt text won't be read by screen readers. Now your alt text will stay in your document and be exported, allowing the document to be more accessible to a wider audience. When you save it as a PDF from Word, make sure you export it for electronic distribution. That will ensure accessibility features are exported to the PDF. The print version won't do that. Here's an example of what the PDF document I just created sounds like in a screen reader using the VoiceOver utility on a Mac.
You are currently, alt text is a description of what's in a man with a beard watering a plant in a lush garden full of various tropical plants. Arrow pointing to the bucket of water. Image.
There are a lot of resources available online for more things you can do to make Microsoft Word documents more accessible. Just do a quick search for them. If you have any questions, we're always here to assist with anything digital training.